Alright, here we are for the driving video on our 76 Malibu wagon. We had to sit here and warm up. We got all the lights going, all the four ways. Running really quiet and smooth, no exhaust leaks or anything, no head gasket problems. I'll pop the hood. So you can just hear this little, so it sounds like a little sewing machine just whistling right along. You can see the AC compressor not making any crazy noises. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in the other video, I mean, it's missing this little guy. Someone's done a at-home fix, kind of a old man thing, but those things are super easy, or you can get a whole new one in place for just a couple bucks. All the windows roll up and down, really nice and smooth. All doors lock. Rear hatch stays locked. So, alright. Hopefully I don't get you guys seasick melting up here. E-brake works nice. I'm going to go ahead and turn the four-way flashers off. You know, like I mentioned before, if it sits for a long time, you'll get a little bit of that oil in the exhaust manifold smell. So foot's off the brake. We're not rolling or anything. Take the e-brake off so it works good. Blower motor works nice. No howling or whistling noises. Just nice and smooth. So we'll go ahead and turn that off. It's got 96,199 miles, and I believe those are original just by the wear on the pedals and how clean the motor is, and just how clean and how solid and quiet this car rides. But I don't have any documentation. I mean, 200,000 miles. I think the your linkage on your wiper is going to be a little bit pretty rough, and your pads on your brakes and gas pedal are going to be pretty wore out. I mean, the door panels, besides being sun-dyed, I mean, the interior in general, besides obviously carpet's got to wear, but the door panels, I mean, are really nice shape. The armrests, they just have, the interior just suffers basically from sun-dyeing, So we're going to get going here, just cruise it around town, go through the roundabout here, kind of get it on the freeway. Hopefully with traffic, we'll open her up a little bit, get up to speed. Hopefully you guys will be able to see the GoPro, the speedometer does sit a little high on my head, but not a lot of gauges on this thing. It's what late 70s is more. This is a mid 70s, late 70s car, but kind of the idiot lights. You have your lights come on and go off, but they do good. They kind of alert you before trouble. Gas gauge works. Odometer works. The shifter lines up good. Speedometer works. Stereo kind of works.
Drive the field and score in a minute.
It does work, but there's just not a lot of AM stations nowadays. So, to get some good tunes, maybe put an aftermarket CD player in the glove box or something to keep it original. But you can see that cool looking hood ornament out front. The Malibu hood ornament. You can see the nice shine on the hood. There is a little kink in the middle of the hood. Not really much of a kink, as it is kind of just a divot right in the middle that it's hard to notice until you look up over on top of the hood. So make note of that. There's there are some small little dings here and there, but really overall just a killer looking car. Didn't really get the appreciation that they deserved over the last few years. Prior to the last few years, but the last few years they've come up in value, and just because you don't see them anymore. I mean, anything that you just you used to see on the road all the time, and you just don't anymore. Just as people kind of just been drawn to, especially the wagons. Wagons are cool looking. This is a car you can pick up for really cheap. You can do a bunch of different things with it. Leave it the way it is and cruise for that retro 70s look. You can lower it down, put some bigger wheels on it, put some exhaust, make a fun performance cruiser out of it. But right now I got two wagons, so unfortunately one's got to go. So this one's up on the list right now. I really wanted to keep the old luggage rack and get some old luggage and lower it down, and I was going to put some Boss 338 staggered out on it with some Flowmasters, tint the windows a little bit, but the luggage rack had to go. It was not in the best of shape. That's why I was wearing on the paint there. But you can see we're doing 55. I mean, it's just a cruiser. I'll go ahead and floor it. Down kicks, down shifts nice. So we're gonna go ahead and exit here. I mean, brake's really nice and smooth. I mean, you can see the owner replaced that stuff. You know, we really haven't had to do much to this thing. I just gave it a couple coats of wax, but it was already shiny to begin with. It's been a garage car. Windows nice, no chips or cracks. Brakes this nice and smooth, doesn't pull, doesn't shimmy or make any noises. So when we get going back the other way, this is a pretty sharp corner here. So we're gonna get on the on-ramp. Last time I kind of just putted to get on the highway, but once I get straightened out here, so floor it. You know, late 70s, mid 70s wasn't the high horsepower motors, but these 350s are still great motors. You can easily open these things up. But I mean, it's got plenty of power. You know, it's probably in the low 2s. You know, all factory exhaust. Still got the catalytic converter on there. So if you put even, you know, an open element air cleaner on this thing and a couple of dual exhausts, I mean, you're going to pick up quite a bit of horsepower, quite a bit of response out of this thing. So I'll let up the throttle here a little bit. We're doing 65, down shifts, up shifts at 70. It just climbs really nice. So this is going to no reserve, and it's really this car doesn't need anything. You can jump in it and drive it exactly the way it is. And most of the things that you will do are just cosmetics, comfort features on the inside, or maybe you know, just get the top painted. If you get the top painted, I mean, this thing would just be killer. You know, there's a lot of talented guys out there that can just blend it right down the front and rear pillars. You know, especially having that big rear hatch. I mean, you know, kind of lose that new paint line right there. So good luck, and it's gonna be a 7-day auction.